I've got nothing more to say to you. If you shoot me, my team's...
How about goodbye? You're working too hard.
If true, you told Admiral Hackett to abandon the Destiny Ascension, sacrificing...
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions.
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face! Good morning and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Welcome to the Weekend Review, the show that has too many names. I hope you all are doing well. Unfortunately, for some reason, Ryan, Roger, Ape, and Dave Bob could not hear the intro, which is why we are going to get rid of StreamYards because StreamYards is going caca, and we're going to use Restream. So
yeah, I was
we will
sitting there.
be.
It was dead silence, and then all of a sudden you yelled out that first name. It scared the shit out of me.
Why hasn't the intro started yet? Oh well, it has. It just yeah. So ever since we figured it out the other day, ever since StreamYards did this whole guests can have their own broadcast bullshit. It's been doing this. So I've got that turned off, local recording turned off, high quality individual audio and video recording for each guest. That's turned off, but the same problems are still happening. So
wait, are you saying that guests can record it while they're streaming with you themselves?
What it does is it records everybody off of their own connection. Mm-hmm. That way, every single guest has their own recording of their broadcast, whatever they're broadcasting with you. Yes.
Oh.
Ever since they did that, which
Okay.
if you go to recording in your settings, it will say local recording beta, high quality individual audio and video recordings for each guest. Record separate audio and video files on each user's device. Even if someone has a weak connection, the recordings won't be blurry or choppy. Useful if you need to do post-production editing. Will also still create a cloud recording. Oh, yeah. So ever
When
since they did that, it's thrown a giant wrench into a whole bunch of shit. And yeah. So yeah, everybody gets their own recording of what they've done, their broadcast.
So they could take the stream and basically post it on their channel too? Is
Yes.
that? Oh. Well, okay. I don't know how I feel about that, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Sounds like a good way to get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm like, well, if you're on someone's not that anyone's done that. This is the first time. I don't know nothing. So this is news to me because I just go in, use it live, and then I'm gone. I don't look at all the ins and outs and tinker and stuff like that. So that would
every time I'm on a show, folks, I put all the shows I've been a guest on a playlist called Me on Other Shows, so that people who watch what I do can check out the people who I've been on, and they can widen their horizons, so to speak.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Rod Thunderheart with a 5-month member chat. He's a warrior of Asgard, ladies and gentlemen. Hailstone Loki, long weekend as I have my birthday, 2 days off. I'm talking to lovely Isabella Fontes to play Carolina Dominguez. Hope you're liking it, Arwen.
Yes, I am. I started it whenever it was on a Sunday. I know that. I started it on a Sunday, and I am enjoying it tremendously, y'all. Very much. So,
See Through Love, ladies and gentlemen, from Rod Thunderheart.
So good stuff.
Check it out. I don't know if my mods have a link. If you want to send me a link, Rod, I will throw that into I'll throw that in chat and people can find your book. I don't know. Chris and Mark might have a link. I don't know. I haven't seen Josh this morning yet, so I don't know if he's here. But yeah, Jason Fox from 540 Studio. Hail. Good morning, Jason.
Hey, Jace.
Big hail to everybody. Big jail. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing this morning. Not yet. Still waking up. We're still waking up. I wake up an hour before the show, and sometimes it's still not enough.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of waking up, my father just woke up, and it's 2:10 in the afternoon.
Late sleeper. Late to bed. Late to rise.
Yeah.
Too much pub time. Too much time at the pub. Whippersnappers running around doing this and that. Don't have the link, Loki. Okay. There you go, Chris. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for letting me know, and thank you, Chris, for posting it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rod Thunderheart. So we've got 3 topics I want to hit on. The first one, obviously, is Netflix. So let's talk some Netflix. How have you guys heard what the 4 plans on the new Netflix subscription are going to be?
No.
I do, because you told me before the show started. Now I just have to remember it.
Okay, so the first plan you're going to be able to have is a $7.99 plan. Doesn't sound that bad, does it? Well, guess what? You're going to have commercials.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And you can only be attached to one device.
Oh.
So you can't have more than one device in your home connected to your account. This isn't just IP. See, originally I heard this is just going to be IP. Now Netflix says, this is straight from the Netflix announcement. You only have the first plan is $7.99 with commercials, and you can only be paired to one device. What do you mean, Loki? One device in your home. That means that only one thing is going to be able to be connected to Netflix. So guess what? If you want it on your TV and you want it on your phone, this is not the plan for you. Because if you change devices, it takes you 7 days. You have to wait 7 days to repair Netflix with a different device.
Why are they making things so damn complicated? It's a friggin' streaming service. Get a grip. It's not. You're not NASA. For God's sake.
Well, what's going on is there are a bunch of people that have their streaming service, and they have members of family that are living in different households using it, and they're pissed.
Yeah. Okay. So what the fuck? I have different TVs in different rooms. We're going to address that. We're going to get to that. Andrew 46 and 2. Okay. So plan 2 is the no commercial plan, and that's $11.99. Now I know you're thinking that's not bad. One device again.
Might as well be cable.
Yeah, exactly.
What about if I have to go on vacation? What if I'm going on vacation, Loki? I want to take Netflix with me. You can. One device.
Oh my God.
And when you get back, you have to have 7 days between when you authorize the new device and repairing your device to the TV or whatever you're going to use. 7 days. Same rules apply. Now, there is another plan, $14.99 plan. This is $3 more expensive than the no commercial plan. And this is the 2-device plan.
2-device.
So same rules apply, but 2 devices. So if you move something, if you switch something over, then you still have to wait 7 days. Then we get into the Family Plus plan, the Netflix Family Plus plan, $19.99 for devices in your home. You cannot have a device outside of your home paired with everything. Has to be off the same IP address. So guess what? If you want to have one on your phone, you can have one in your home. But if you leave your home and it's not hooked up to Wi-Fi, you can't use it.
What about the poor folks that are running a VPN?
It has to always be on that VPN.
They're going to device themselves right out of business. Is what they're going to
device themselves right out of business. And this is what I wanted your guys' thoughts on, because when I read this last night, when I looked over this, I was like, this is absolute fucking insanity. They're going to burn their business to the ground.
Oh, yeah. They're going to lose more business from that one stupid decision. They think they're going to try to, rope everybody in. Oh, well, they just got to watch what we have. So they're going to pay it.
They estimate they're going to lose 100 million subscribers. Now, this is from people that use Netflix outside of the home. I think it's going to be much, much worse, because they're not just going to lose the people that they just told to F off. You're not living with mommy and daddy anymore. They're going to lose mommy and daddy, because mommy and daddy are going to turn to Amazon and go like, well, I can get Prime, I can get Paramount Plus, I can get all these bonus channels for the same thing, and the kids can watch it. Amazon's not doing this whole device shit. So I can have how many devices paired. Little Johnny and little Susie that moved out a couple of years ago, they can still watch on Prime. Netflix is going to get burned to the fucking ground over this.
Oh, yeah.
A rare Amazon win, folks.
Most streaming services ban VPN in their terms of service. That's true. So do most gaming sites too.
Look, I get it. They want to make money. Okay, it's a business. You're going to make money. You would be stupid to have a business and not want to make money. Understood. However, when you start making things so difficult for your customers, and your customers have to jump through hoops just to use your service, guess what? They're going to say, I'm going to go to the streaming service that's a hell of a lot easier and user-friendly. Buy Netflix. That's just common sense. Things are complicated enough today. You don't want to have to, well, do I want this plan and put it on here? And then I got to wait 7 days. And then, oh, I could go up this and do this. And bleh.
The only people that are not going to be bothered by this are single households that don't ever travel anywhere and they don't have a phone.
Yeah.
Me.
It's, well, it's, you know, I don't know.
And yes,
it's
what
stupid.
Mark just said, it's going to be linked to the IP. So they're going to know when you change IPs. And oh, yeah. So let's say you move. You've got to let Netflix know I'm moving. So this is what's going to happen. And when you get there, your device that you're attached to has to be basically, the IP has to be approved by Netflix, and then it has to be a constant. So you can't keep changing it constantly. One of the things people were talking about was, oh, well, if it's like one device at a time, most of the time the parents aren't watching shit. So little Johnny and Susie, who moved out last year, they can still watch something as long as someone else on the account isn't watching something on another device. No, this is going to be device locked. And it takes 7 days once you change your device to change it to a different device. So you can't just keep hopping devices in different places and think, well, we're going to get around it anyway. No. They've actually thought this out. Why the 7-day delay? Because they don't want you switching devices constantly and going, well, Johnny in Utah wants to watch this at this hour, and them dividing the times up and working it out to where they can still get away with what they're doing today. Netflix has actually thought this out. The problem is that they've gone completely overboard, and people aren't going to put up with this shit.
They're going to end up losing more money.
That's right. I think it's going to be more along the lines of 200 to 300 million, not just 100 million users are going to be gone.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
I think it's going to be a lot worse than they think, because there are other streaming services that cost a lot less than $20. And like I said, little Johnny and Susie can still watch wherever they are in different parts of the world along with mom and dad. They don't care.
Well, it's kind of weird, but you know, there are some cable services to where you don't have a fixed IP address. It changes, you know, occasionally.
Yep. And they'll know that. Netflix is going to know that, though. See, Netflix will know that whether you have a static IP or whether you have a revolving IP.
It's all about power and control. Netflix has made more than enough coin, and now they want to know exactly what their users are watching and who their users are.
They're losing money out the ass is what's happening here in the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. This is one of the reasons they're going and taking these draconian measures.
Wow.
Right there. Paramount Plus is only $5 with commercials.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, okay. Is the 7-day delay thing like for their convenience? Because that's a whole week. And why that? Why that long?
Because they don't want you constantly. They want you to pay the $19.99 for 4 devices. So the 7-day waiting period is to get you to go, you know what? I don't want to do that. Fuck it. We'll just go with the family plan and pay the $19.99.
So not only are they, in essence, charging you more to get the 4 device, the family plan, they're making it inconvenient for you. On top of it, making it more difficult for you if you want to change devices. This is insane. I do not see how this is going to benefit them and fly in any sense of the form. I really don't. I don't like Netflix that much to jump through all these damn hoops just to use their service.
What she said.
The sooner the streaming bubble bursts, in my view, the better. And if Netflix wants to take the first jump in that bubble bursting, so much the better.
It's already starting to burst. I mean, right now, all the streaming services are just Netflix used to be the king of the hill. They just, every time you turn around, they got more and more and more subscribers. They can't keep up, it just can't. It reaches a saturation point, and when that happens, you've got to either redo your business model, figure something out, or whatever. You just can't keep ratcheting prices up, because after a while, people are just going to say, can't do that. I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm paying for this other one. It comes to a point where unless you are, some kind of independently wealthy person, you can't afford all of the services that you may want to watch.
Exactly.
Well, it
Well, look how
feels
much.
punitive.
Look what.
It feels
Arwen?
punitive. It feels punitive.
Yeah, like you're being punished.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I absolutely agree with that. It's like Netflix is punishing you, and Netflix is punishing the people who share their password with their kids or their family or their friends or whatever. Oh yeah. All these services want to be Netflix. It doesn't work that way. No, and they need to be their own. And originally, that's why I liked Prime. Was hey, it's a la carte. It's more akin to, well, I want this channel. Okay, so I got Showtime. I want this channel. Okay, I've got HBO. I've got
Yeah.
Paramount. I've got whatever. And I liked that until the whole Rings of Whammon came out, and I was like, you know what? Fuck all this stuff. I'm not going to keep paying. I've still got my Amazon business account, so I can still order things. I just don't include Prime in that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper for me. I can watch all this shit. I can watch all the stuff on Paramount. I can watch all the stuff on Netflix. I can watch all this stuff on a different channel. So why pay that much? I think I pay $70 every 2 years for the ability to watch everything. It's a lot better than paying $20 a month to watch Netflix.
Hell yeah, it is. It's crazy.
You cannot watch outside your home with the family plan. No, it's still one home, one place, 4 devices, one place.
So unless you program your phone with it, you can't use your phone.
Yeah.
And what if you have 2 homes? I mean,
I guess you have 2 plans, one per home.
Oh my
Yay,
goodness.
Netflix. God, it's stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Vast majority of us do share our account. Yes, Ruben Christopher Haynes, absolutely. Time to pay up. People need to stop bitching and grow up. If you want something, work for it. No, I can. What about when you used to buy tapes and you let someone borrow it, or you used to loan out DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever? No one ever had a problem with that. It wasn't like you were like, go buy your own.
If I'm paying for a service and I have 16 devices in my home, then I should be able to have them on all 16 friggin' devices. If they have an app that you can download on your phone, and I'm paying for that service, I should be able to go down to the corner mart and sit on a little bench and feed the ducks and watch my Netflix. None of this, 1 device, 4 devices, blah, blah, blah. They are punishing users, even people who never share their account, never share their password, nothing. They are still being punished. Everyone is getting a raw deal with this.
Chris Persia says Netflix clarified last night because of obviously they've got backlash for this. Later in Q1, we expect to start rolling out page sharing more broadly. So this is coming to the U.S.
And Arlena asked about VPNs. Didn't y'all say that streaming services were banning them?
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to. Usually it's in the TOS if you can use a VPN or not.
Yeah, but a lot of people, that are traveling the world or whatever, and they want to, watch something on Netflix, they just use a VPN from the United States, and they have that content available. I think that's, what a lot of them are against, because there are actually people that don't live in the country, living and they're using it to, watch programs from the United States that they wouldn't normally have access to.
And Ruben says, buy physical media about streaming services not for you.
Yeah.
That's fine if Netflix in its creation had this plan set in place. But they didn't. They are changing. This is a service. How long has it been around? God, I've been using it for years.
I was on it when they were, shipping DVDs back and forth with
Yeah.
the mail.
So for them to all of a sudden come out and say, well, guess what? We're going to screw you up. Here, you've been it's been happening happily this way for years, but now, so sorry, valued long-time user. Yeah, I get a little hot about that.
Well, streaming services.
Yeah. Because again, I'm being punished. We're all being punished for something stupid, and they're going to be losing money, but that's on them.
That is true, Arwen, though streaming services are a recent phenomenon, and as a result of them, folks, we have had more and more, quote, entertainment than ever before. And for the most part, most of it is god-awful. So if streaming services do go down the toilet, hopefully that means that more quality product will be provided to the people the traditional way.
Yeah. When it all boils down, when it all, comes to light, there's only going to be one or two streaming services, and then there'll be, the ones like Tubi and Freevee and whatnot that have the ad-based stuff. That's going to be pretty much just like you used to have with network television.
No, this is going back to the draconian cable ways. This is and it's become more and more like cable. That's one of the things that I thought in the beginning. I was like, well, like Prime. I like this idea of pick your poison. Here's your a la carte menu of what channels you can have. Pick. I liked that back in the day. So one thing I liked about certain cable companies was, okay, well, I want this is what I want. Okay, well, we'll give it to you in this package. That way you don't have to pay $20 each for Showtime, HBO, Skinamax, whatever. You can pick 3 and have 3 for like $10. Oh, well, that's great. I'm going to do that. I like that. I like the idea that Amazon has on Prime where you can pick your own shit. What I don't like is this big thing coming out of Netflix, which has been going on for a while now, is, hey, we've got this new series coming out. We're going to give you 1 season. And they go, you know what? It wasn't that hot. We're out. Well, you didn't make it that hot in the first place. You're not making a show that you're dedicated to and you're behind 100%. You're hiring these fuckwits to write it, produce it, whatever you're doing, and it's bombing, and then it's gone. You're just like, oh, well, that's it. And some of these shows are good. Some of these shows, they put time and effort in, and the production company is very dedicated to making the show happen. And it's been good, and you just canceled it anyway because it didn't give you exactly the numbers you wanted right away. Then this reminds me of Fox back in the day. Fox would do this. We saw it with Firefly. We saw it with Space Above and Beyond. Fox used to have this horrible fucking deal where it treated these shows like crap. It was like, we're going to make your show, but we're also going to treat it like crap and run it into the ground, and we're never going to be 100% behind
Firefly, anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with the second episode as a premiere episode. Yay! Smart was that.
So it's like...
Then they sold most of their assets to Disney.
That was a bigger boondoggle than anybody will ever admit. The acquisition of Fox, and they didn't even get what they wanted out of it. There are other people around that can explain that much better than I can.
Well, that's what happens when you do deals with Rupert Murdoch, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that was the running joke with Fox back then, is that if you want to kill a show, put it on Fox.
Yeah, put it on Fox. Now it's put it on Netflix. Alien Nation. Alien Nation was another good show. Thank you, Moons of Madness.
Yeah.
I love that movie too.
Oh, that movie is fantastic.
He said, "Your mother mates out of season." Huh? What? Oh, he's saying your mom likes to bang. Anyway.
San Francisco, open your golden gates.
Yeah.
Let me in.
He's looking at him like, what the hell, man? The great James Caan.
And Mandy Patinkin. Oh my God, those two were just
they
were like the space version of Felix Unger. Unger, is it Felix Unger and Oscar? What's his face? From The Odd Couple.
And that right there, this guy right here can explain it to you so much better than I can.
Renegade.
Valiant Renegade, even Wall Street has begun to admit and call out the Fox deal was bad for Iger and Disney. They didn't get what they wanted, folks. They didn't get what they wanted. They got all these IPs, sure, but they didn't get what they really wanted. So,
yeah, bitch pudding's up early.
Bitch pudding's up early.
Love you, Valiant.
He probably can't come on because he hasn't put on his face yet.
that his pink hair, that pink hair, so lovely.
Oh man, I called Valiant the other day because I had water the last Sunday. I had water coming in my studio from the roof from the tornado the other day. I apologize. I was like, look, they didn't really say I couldn't make it to your huge celebration, your 2-year celebration. It was really cool. I did get to watch on my phone, and I was chatting here and there on my phone. But I had to move the studio. I had to move the studio out of the damn Loki cave, out of the Valhalla cave, because it was fucking. I had all this water coming in here, so it sucks, and it's still not fixed. They still haven't fixed it. So, well, they got a plastic tarp up there, but it's still fucking leaking. So, I mean, every time it rains, and the damn watermarks are getting bigger. So, shit. God help me. They had to carve out all of Fox Sports. There it is, right there, ladies and gentlemen. They had to carve out all of Fox Sports. They didn't get Fox Sports.
Well, that's one relief.
Sure, they've united the Marvel franchise, but have they made any money off of uniting the Marvel franchise? No. And that's $70 billion to do that. So, yeah.
Well, antitrust issues, cause them to have to just spin off or, do away with so many of the assets. It really, in the end, it's kind of like, bad deal.
Fantastic Four and X-Men cost Disney $70 billion. That's what this was really about. Everything else was supposed to be a bonus.
Boy, did they overpay.
Oh, yeah.
It gets to that point with those numbers where they almost don't even mean anything anymore. I mean, I could barely even fathom $700. $70 billion. My mind just goes into the stratosphere.
Can you imagine what, like Amazon paid $1 billion for one shit season?
I'm just like, if y'all wanted to throw that money away, you could have thrown it my way. I would have gladly taken $1 billion.
It's antitrust regulations. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't get what they wanted. They didn't even get what they wanted. Ain't that a bitch?
Damn.
Fox Sports does suck. I don't even watch. I watch some baseball here and there. Gotta love my Astros. That's a shot at Mikey this morning. And Latino slant, because Latino slant, Paulie'd be like, the cheater Stros, the cheaters. I'm like, I just beat you. Who cares? I don't care. One real World Series. Oh well, I don't care. They still won. Suck it, Blue. Go Braves, go Cubs, Keely Chow. I like my Astros.
Oh yeah, Braves. That's in my neck of the woods, isn't it? That's right, the Braves. Yay, Braves.
Not gonna have any more Braves or Indians. Cleveland's without the Indians for the first time in God knows forever. Anyway, I'm not getting into that. Okay, because I really want Arwen's opinion on this, and we've spent like the first half of the show talking about Netflix.
Okay.
Okay. J.K. Rowling. Okay, so we all know that the cancel effort to cancel Hogwarts Legacy. And get rid of Hogwarts Legacy, and there's a huge push right now to not discuss J.K. Rowling at all. How dare you say her name? She must not be spoken of. The woman who shall not be named, unless you are saying something negative. And then on the other side of the aisle are there people that are saying, well, unless you've constantly been talking about her, unless you constantly report on it. Basically, unless your channel's like dedicated to J.K. Rowling, which I will never have a channel dedicated to J.K. Rowling or Harry Potter. How dare you speak of her? You're not worthy of speaking her name unless you've been defending her this whole time. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You got one side of the aisle that's absolutely fucking insane. She shall not be named unless you say something negative. And the other side of the aisle that's saying, how dare you bring her name up unless you've been talking about her this whole time and you're a constant defender of her. I want to tell you something. J.K. Rowling is a liberal. Now, did she step in the liberal faux pas when she said that women need to be protected and women need to have, screw this whole a dangler can be a whammon? Yeah, she did, but that's common sense, and they're trying to eat one of their own alive because of common sense, folks.
Common sense is political now, folks. It's debatable now.
Here's my opinion on that, and I think this situation sums up modern society perfectly. You have two camps of gatekeeping. Both of them are basically saying you cannot talk about this because of X and because of Y. And I don't know about y'all, but my little hackles always gets raised when somebody tells me what I can and can't say. Because you know what? We're all human beings, and human beings talk. If you can't be part of the conversation, what good is it going to do? And all she did was support. This all started back. She supported a friend of hers who got fired for stating that biology is real. That's all she did. The woman did not come out and say trans people aren't, real people, that trans women aren't women, that trans men aren't men, that they don't deserve rights. She didn't say any of that shit. None of it. None of it, none of it, none of it. She just stood up and said, you know what? Biology is real. And it is. And sane trans people will tell you, yes, biology is real. And the whole reason we are called trans is because we are transitioning into the gender that we were not not born in biology. That's what it's about. Yeah. So if you're going to come at me and say, you can't talk about this because, she's the next Voldemort, or you can't talk about this because you haven't been licking her boots for years, I'm going to give y'all both camps middle fingers and say, guess what, bitches? I have an opinion. I'm informed. I can talk about whatever the hell I want, because once we stop talking, then no conversations can be had.
If you don't have the intelligence to see, if you don't have to agree with it, but you can see another point of view and y'all can talk about it, that's gone in today's society. Nobody wants to budge. They're right, everybody else is wrong. And it used to not be that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have to be able to have that good faith, open discourse, because that's how progress is made. That's how we evolve.
Everybody gets their feelings hurt. Fuck your feelings. I mean, just talk about stuff.
It's not that deep. Imagine all the things in our society throughout life, all of, and I'll just speak for Western society in general. All of, atrocities happened. Bad things happened. Shit, I'm from Georgia. When my brother moved out to Washington State, somebody asked him, so what's it like being from a slave state? And he's like, former. We don't have slaves anymore, y'all. Things have progressed because people have come together and they've had those hard conversations where there have been dissenting opinions on each side, no matter what the conversation is. But you have to be able to do that. And we are being shut down in the society saying, if you don't belong to this group, you can't speak on it. That is insane. And that is taking us back 300, 400, 500 years when people couldn't have an opinion and couldn't come together and as rational, intelligent adults have a conversation. That's where change begins. Conversation. And you have to be able to have it. It's that simple.
No, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. Conversation has to happen. And when both sides are standing there going, you can't say this, you can't say this. When they're censoring her name,
it's crazy.
When they're coming out with articles saying we must take the Wizarding World back. Guess what? It wasn't yours to begin with. This is her creation. It's her writing. It doesn't belong to you.
Exactly.
Oh my God, but it does because it's trans or blah or LGBTQ or whatever owned it from the beginning. No, you didn't. It's her creation. It's her writing. You don't get to take it away from her. Exactly. I don't like this person. It's mine now. It doesn't work that way. This isn't Wizards of the Coast and D&D, bitch.
Right. Right. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I love Harry Potter. I've never been a raging J.K. Rowling fan.
No.
But you know what? I didn't have to be to enjoy her creation because the way she presented it and the way she put it out there, it was for everyone to enjoy. It wasn't full of agenda. It wasn't full of, all her ideology. It wasn't full of, yes, she did put a little bit of herself into that as far as some ideology, but big deal. It wasn't anything that tainted her story. And that's okay. But this is nonsense, y'all. It is just nonsense. And I am done with it. And I was thinking about it earlier this week. And it's like, you have to be part of that. You have to be able to come together and do that. And if you can't, our society is going to de-evolve. We're already de-evolving.
It's already Yeah, it's already starting to happen. It has been for the last 3-4 years.
T-shirt, I love you.
Folks, remember that the truth is reality-based, and you will only find out the truth through good, honest, real-based conversations, and we need that more than ever. And when forces, no matter their politics, try to shut people up, they're lying to you because they don't want you to speak your mind. I am of one view regarding this situation. The author of this great story, Harry Potter, has every right to believe what she wants to believe. And as someone who believes that the truth is reality-based, that's why my show is actually called Reality-Based, I support her in that view. And if you don't, then, well, that's your problem, you crazy lunatics.
Look,
reality.
People who are spun out over what she said about, biology, I don't get where all the hate is coming from, them saying she's a TERF, she's this, she's against trans. I've looked into this and I don't see it. I genuinely, and I went into it with an open mind going, all right, let's see, did she really say something that would piss everybody off? I don't see it. Okay, whatever. But if you choose to say, nope, I'm not going to support her work, I'm not going to buy it, that's fine. That's your choice. But to come out and say anybody who does, you can't speak on it, you can't say her name, you can't. Bugger off, baby. Bugger off. I'm done with that. I'm a very tolerant person, but there are some things I have no tolerance for, and that is one of it, because it stifles the conversation. And we have to have it.
That's what happens, folks, when anti-Americans take over the conversation of the world. Pro-freedom, pro-America. And if America doesn't dominate the world, folks, other nations are going to try, and other types of thinking is going to try. Like China.
That's what I love, this expansionist bullshit. Oh my God, I can't believe you're an expansionist. Let me tell you something. There are countries out there that will have absolutely no qualms about throwing you in a fucking cell, cutting your fucking tongue out, and being like, you will never have anything to say ever again.
Yeah.
So don't point your finger at Europe. Don't point your finger at America. Don't point your finger at the free states and go, how dare you be an expansionist? When there are countries out in the world that will fucking execute you in the middle of the street. China, thank you very much. And this right here it is.
This program has been brought to you by China. Yes, China, your friendly communist neighbors. We own all of your shit now, including your government.
Thank you, Valiant Renegade. Makani Draws with $5 super chat says, guess what? When it's J.K. Rowling's time to go, the Wizarding World will forever be her creation. Even in the afterlife, she'll still get residuals. Her children, and I'm hoping that she has a clause in her will that says, you know what? Yeah, this is going to go to my children. But if they ever sell out to blah, 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 or they ever do this, then it's fucking gone. They don't get to keep it. They don't get any money off of it. They basically lose the rights to it, and it goes to this person or whatever. I hope she has a plan.
Trust.
I really does. I really do. A trust where, you are entrusted with the protection of these IPs, not something like what the Tolkien estate used to be before it went absolutely fucking insane. And thank you so very much, Mocking Draws, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here on Valhalla, and this one's just for you, brother. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Okay, really quick, because I know Arwen's got to go. I'm sure you've got to go take your son to work here in a minute. I wanted to bring this up because my good friend, Rambling Canuck, sent me this last night, and I saw it after I put up the stream, so I didn't have time to throw this in there. Apparently, the Canadian government is prepared to start executing the mentally ill.
I heard about that a few months ago. It is absolutely insane, and it's damn right malicious. That's my view.
So if you are, if you have, let's say you have depression, let's say you're in a low point in your life, you can call up the government and say, hey, come fix me, quote, fix me. And they'll come by, give you a little shot, and put you out of your misery, like the local pup.
God.
With a broken leg or whatever.
Assisted
thing. Yeah, the assisted thing. We got to be really careful how we put this. Second time with $5. You don't want to gripe about involuntary look at cobalt in the Congo. Magitech Mags, let this be a lesson for creators. Ensure your creation 100% yours and reap the benefits from it. Otherwise, it will be co-opted by crazies. Yes. So
they're going to give him the Kevorkian, basically.
So they're going to give him the Kevorkian while saying that the death penalty is inhumane. See, this is what it's from one thing to another. It's one insane thing to the other. It's not self-deletion because you're having someone else do it. So MAID, the entity that's going to come in and take care of you, comes in. They're sponsored by the government. They will come in and they will make sure that you're taken care of. And that'll be that. And there's no self-deletion because somebody else is doing it. It's, you're mentally, unfit. You're down in the dumps. You're so they just come in and take care of you, and problem solved. I know some of us on this panel and some of the people in chat this morning have been in a very low place in their lives before. I myself was at a very low place in my life.
That's called being human.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely. We all go through things in our lives. We all have to deal with things. And to me, this is, well, you know what? Guess what? You don't have to deal with these things in life. You can just make a phone call and talk to your local government agencies and have them come in and take care of you. Because you know what? It's unfair. It's unfair that you feel this way, and we feel bad for you. So we're going to come in and we're going to take care of you.
Do you know where this is going to lead? This is going to lead with people who are not well and have given power of attorney over all of their healthcare decisions to someone else. And what if that someone else decides, well, they're mentally unstable or they're mentally unwell or whatever conditions that government is going to accept as being Kevorkianed, and they're going to make a call and they're going to say, it's time, come out and Kevorkian this person for me. I have power of attorney over all of their decisions. And that person may never have that choice. That's where it's going to lead. And I think this is an abomination. I think it's disgusting. And I think it's just one more way to devalue human life. And I'm completely against it. Completely against it.
No, I absolutely
I've had
agree.
power of attorney. I've had that kind of power. And for someone to abuse that, and that's where it's going to lead. That's the natural progression of bullshit right there. Yeah, the government.
The government. That's right.
Now, Daga makes a good point too.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And the next step was targeting dissidents. You criticize the government? Oh, I think you're mentally ill. We'll give you some help. And that's how it progresses.
Ugh, God. It's gruesome.
Rod Thunderheart, $5 Canadian Super Chat says, I'd like to say Fidel Castro saw what corporations were going to do. Love him, hate him, but he was right. Been to Cuba, and I love no outdoor ads.
That's one of the bright sides of Cuba, because you see, especially in Florida in the cities, there are adverts everywhere.
This is going to lead to people who have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Damn, y'all.
We're circling the drain.
Yeah, we are. That's
what
a good
it's
way to
come
put it.
down to is everybody's being dehumanized.
And thank you for your super chat, Rod. Very generous of you. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you to Psychodork 9. Thank you to Magitech Mags. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And I don't think you guys mind if you share a skull with Mags, because it is a Conan skull. So let's give her some femininity this morning. Skull! I don't know. I've never been one to like go totally in on the clown world thing. But I did last night. I even put that. We're living in fucking, I put a little clown face and I put a little world, and we're living in fucking clown world. If this is while the same side says that someone that ended a life, multiple lives, whatever it is, the no death penalty. Death penalty needs to be off the table. We can't take human life, even if it is someone who's taken another one. But we can do that to mentally ill.
Right. Oh, there's a loudspeaker that's playing
children.
clown music across the world at this point.
Did any of you here watch The Last Castle?
No.
No.
Okay. So there's a scene in The Last Castle. The Last Castle is basically what happened if the Yahtzees won World War II.
Oh my!
And America's divided. It's got two sides. Japan rules one side.
Yeah,
okay.
I've heard of that.
The Man in the High Castle.
The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. It's not The Last Castle. The Last Castle. The Last Castle is the Robert Redford movie. I got them confused. Okay, so The Man in the High Castle. So in this scene, in the very first season, there's a scene where the main protagonist is driving a truck and he gets pulled over by this cop, and it's snowing, right? And they're talking about lunch, and he's like, yeah, you know, my wife didn't pack me anything for lunch today. He goes, oh well, my wife always packs me 2 cucumber and bacon, lettuce and tomato sandwiches or some shit. Do you want one? And he goes, that would be great, thank you. And it's snowing, and they're standing there eating these sandwiches, and they're talking. And the cop says, or the main protagonist goes, "It's snow here a lot. It doesn't really feel that cold." He goes, "Oh, the furnaces are working overtime today."
Oh my God!
So they're literally standing outside eating these sandwiches, and it's being covered in ash, and it is, yeah, and you know what they're burning in the furnaces. Yes. So undesirables. It's ashes. Damn. Yeah. Soul says it's like, damn. And they're sitting there eating while this is happening. Like, it's, you know, it's just another fucking thing. It happens every day. Why are you worried about, yeah, Monkey Jeeves humans. So like, yeah. So like moons of madness. It's, yeah, they're sitting there burning bodies in the furnaces. And they're outside eating lunch. and getting ash on their lunch while they're eating it. And, yeah,
Oh.
it's just like, you know, it's another fucking day for burning the furnaces.
Mm.
Watch it though. I really liked the first season. It got kind of iffy there later, but I really liked the first season. It's a great show. And I didn't like it towards the end, but I think that was more my own personal preferences. I wouldn't say that, oh my God, it went woke or any bullshit like
No.
that. I just
Yeah.
it was, yeah, I was keeping up with everything. It just couldn't keep me glued. For whatever reason. And I may have to go back and watch it because there was long parts where I was waiting for the next season to come out that it just didn't, you know, it didn't hook me back.
On that note, I have to go.
Arwen, take care.
Yeah. I am
drive
streaming at 3 today on my channel, 3 Eastern.
3
so
Eastern.
y'all come on out. It's going to be a very real stream today. So
2 p.m. Central Standard Time, guys.
yes. 3 in real time. So anyway, okay.
You mean
Love
8
y'all.
in real time?
Is it 2 Central?
Ryan's like 2 snaps up. 8.
Drive
Is it
safe.
Central
All
or
right.
Eastern?
Eastern, 3 Eastern.
2 Central.
Okay.
Anyway,
8 UK.
have a good one, y'all, and I'll see you then, hopefully. Bye.
Take care, Arwen. Bye.
Bye.
You know, the worst scene in Man on the High Castle, folks, is when they blow up the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that.
No.
I guess I missed that.
Well, it's just, you know, I mean, it's like anything. They take a little bit of liberty. I think Philip K. Dick is the one who wrote the novel back in the 60s, but it is a good read, and it's also a good show.
So the last two things I want to bring up. I want to bring up an update. Tim Allen has denied that he flashed Pamela Anderson instead of Home Improvement 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're even talking about this. Oh my God, he flashed his junk at me. Please subscribe. Please describe his junk. Well, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. Well, you've seen a lot, haven't you, dear? My God.
I'm laughing because you said please subscribe.
And Russell T Davies has come out and said that scripts written by the new TV writers are shit. They're crap. They're trash.
That's damn
Not
true.
wrong. Not wrong.
Hopefully his scripts are a lot better. Fingers crossed.
Do you think he can fix what has been broken? You have broken what could not be broken. Doctor Who. That's Merlin talking about Doctor Who. And now he's telling RTD to pull the sword from the lake. Take it.
It's gonna be very difficult, in my view, for Doctor Who to be fixed ever again. It has been damaged so much, just like so many of the great stories of what have come before. If he can do it, then I will praise him for it, but I just don't see it happening. And this is someone who watched Doctor Who from the age of 5.
Yeah. And it's like Star Trek, you know? I mean, I don't think it can be fixed, but, you know, there you go.
Prove us wrong. Actions speak louder than words.
I agree. And Soul Assassin, yes. Sam Neill's Merlin was great. No, I like that. I like it too. The only way Doctor Who can be fixed is to erase the Jodie years.
Oh, yeah. And the Timeless Child, where they kept murdering them, you know, to where they could steal their powers. I mean, come on.
Mark Dampling Tired says, I don't think he can. He has to have Julie Gardner to balance him. That's why he succeeded to begin with.
That makes sense, looking back on it. Oh, what was that?
I don't know. What was that?
Was that Dave Bob?
I didn't do anything.
No. There are ghosts in the machine.
RTD is purposely avoiding the Chibnall era and the repercussions caused by the timeless child. Can you just ignore what they did? Because this is one thing. This is one thing that is being brought up for season 3 of Picard, which we're going to cover at least the first 4 episodes of. And if they haven't absolutely knocked it out of the park, and which I don't think they can, you're going to have you're going to have drug lady on there who's like, baby, mama's not on crack anymore. Baby, mama ditched the crack. Mama ain't doing crack no more, honey. You're still going to have. You're still going to have her on the show. You've still got Agnes as Miss Borg Queen that ate batteries.
They're gonna have Battery Eater on there.
They're gonna have Battery Eater come back. I don't see how they can deal with this with just by going, okay, we're gonna bring the original cast back, and completely try and ignore what happened while having these characters around.
They have to reject it in the same way that those creations rejected the original work.
I wonder if they're going to have the old gal from the first season, the robot, Data's daughter or whatever.
Yeah, because they're going to have Lore. Lore's going to be there, so we're gonna get to meet Lore again.
Well,
so we're going to get to have Lore back. And I have this weird feeling that at the end of this, we're going to have Data back because Lore's going to become Data. Somehow Data's going to take over Lore, and we're going to have Data and Lore.
Data Lore. Like
Data
the
Lore.
episode.
Like the episode.
They're going to have to do some kind of heavy CGI because, Data's a damn android. He ain't supposed to age.
Well,
That's right.
Because I've been watching a bit of TNG recently. They do gradually age, but there is a reason for that because they couldn't have the same character just look exactly the same for all these years. So they do gradually age, as far as I'm aware.
Well, that's just a contrivance because androids don't age.
Yes.
They'll all merge Data before Lore.
B4, yeah.
B4, yep. It's all a holodeck adventure. Crusher kind of gave it away when she said, "Do not trust anybody."
Oh.
B4, the idiot of the family.
So, do you think this is all Picard like? Living a life in the holodeck. I want to go on one last adventure.
I don't know. I mean, he's a freaking robot, so it's kind of like him dying. It's because they built it in so that he wouldn't have any life past what he would normally live. What? Who the hell knows what? How long somebody normally lives? 400 years in the future.
Well, what will happen is right at the end of the episode, Picard will say, "End program," and then he'll be an old admiral.
Yeah, just like they did on Enterprise.
God, that dude, people are going to be pissed. But come on, space lilies eating a Borg cube. I'm. Oh, that was a really fun time on the holodeck. Oh my God!
It's just one holodeck simulation.
With Moriarty returning, it's screaming that, because Moriarty's supposed to be back.
Yeah, he is strictly a holodeck creation.
How did he get out of his matrix?
That's a good question. Well, okay, here's the thing, and this is what the question I asked. What happened to Moriarty after the Enterprise crash landed on, was it Narendra 3?
Mm-hmm.
Narendra 3, right?
There's like how many Enterprise renditions have we had since the original when Moriarty was on there? Apparently he was trapped in the ship's computer. So,
Data took over as captain in the Enterprise E, after Picard retired. So what Data came from B4. Data got his commission back and takes over the Enterprise E and becomes captain of the Enterprise E. So until whatever happened to it happened, whether they retired it, whether they did whatever, that ship was supposed to last for 100 years. Okay, you have to understand that the Galaxy class and the Sovereign class were both slated to last 1,000 or 100 years with upgrades.
Wow.
So technically, those ships should still be in service. Now, obviously, we know that the Enterprise D did not do that because all that was left was the saucer section. The engine drive section was destroyed, but it was supposed to last 100 years. The Enterprise E had the exact same slate. Now, this is with upgrades and improvements over the course of a lifetime of 4 quarters. So every 25 years, you pull the ship into space dock, you do a huge upgrade to it, kind of like what happened with the original Enterprise when they upgraded it to the new Enterprise. Now, that was its that was its first lifetime upgrade. It was supposed to have a second lifetime upgrade, but obviously they were going to mothball it, and they were already in the middle of making the Yorktown, which was your second lifetime upgrade. After that, there was no more Constitution class starships being built. And in fact, I believe the Enterprise was there was only one Constitution class ship built after the Enterprise, which was supposed to be the Yorktown. The Enterprise A was the second to the last Constitution class ship built. And then they retired them. They pulled them out of service and they mothballed them. So they kept one ship, which I believe was the very last Constitution class starship that was built, as a museum walkthrough. They didn't even keep the Enterprise as a museum walkthrough, which they should have. That should have been your, oh, well, we're going to save this ship. They didn't do that. And whether that was because of the damage from the attack with the Klingons and they didn't want to put all the work back into it, I don't know. But yeah, Shum, in the course of 8 years, Starfleet lost 3 Galaxy-class starships. That is why in Generations, you have the upgraded bridge. Because between the last episode of TNG and the movie, they did a lifetime upgrade on the ship. And you got new parts of the bridge added on. You got the interstellar or whatever it was, where Data and Picard are sitting there looking at that giant map. That's not a holodeck. That's an actual map inside of the ship. So stellar cartography is what it's called. So you want to talk Star Trek? I can sit here and talk Star Trek with you all day. I could do a 12-hour stream talking about Star Trek and ships. I've done my homework. But 100, the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class, was supposed to last for 100 years. So was the Enterprise E. Wow. And the Enterprise E was the ship of the line, even though it wasn't called an Enterprise class. It was called a Sovereign class. The Enterprise was the first of that line to launch. So it is the ship of the line, even though it's not the Enterprise class. The Sovereign had to be redesigned. Really smart shipbuilders, guys. This is what you do. You build your prototype, and as you're building your prototype, you realize, guess what? This sensor system we installed doesn't quite work like we had planned, or these engines that we installed don't quite work as we planned. So they literally go back to the drawing board and they go, okay, how are we going to fix this? Well, they were already in the middle of making the Enterprise E when the Sovereign, all work stopped on the Sovereign. And they said, okay, we're going to make these improvements and this to the design because this doesn't work. The sensor systems aren't powerful enough for the ship. The engines aren't powerful enough for the ship. And they literally created a new sensor array, a brand new sensor array that had never been in a ship before. And they created a new warp drive that had never been in a ship before. And they put those into the Enterprise E while they were still working on fixing things on the Sovereign. So the Enterprise E launched before the first ship of the class, the Sovereign. So that makes it the ship of the line, the first ship of the line. That's why the Enterprise E is a ship of the line, even though it doesn't have the Sovereign designation. Or the Enterprise, it's not designated as an Enterprise because the Sovereign was the prototype. It was the NX class. Too much about Star Trek. We're out of here, guys. We've gone 10 minutes over because I'm sitting here talking about talking about starships.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my thing. If anybody ever wondered, God, Loki knows a lot about Star Trek ships.
We'll have you on Reality Base sometime soon to talk about it, Loki.
I love my Star Trek ships, just like the Excelsior. Yes, absolutely, just like the Excelsior. The Excelsior had to get a whole new warp drive, because it would have killed everybody. That's the thing about the Excelsior that no one realized. If they had gone into transwarp and activated the transwarp drive, it would have killed everybody. The reason why it didn't work is because Scotty pulled out the transwarp computer drive. But if they had engaged the drive, it would have killed everybody on the ship. Memes of Destruction with $4.99 super chat says, "Hi friends, crack is whack. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, brother. Remember, you are awesome. Let's do our best. Love, love." Thank you so much. Memes of Destruction. This will be the last skull for this morning, and we'll see you guys tonight for the Late Show with Mexican Iron Man. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. It's a dollar bill. Guys, do you have anything coming up that you would like to share before we get out of here?
Well, Reality Based will be live at 10 p.m. UK time with a special guest by the name of Stig Kenobi. At 11 p.m. UK time, I'll be welcoming two other guests onto that show, the Nerdporial Lifeform and Pips of the White Cloaks. Check us out.
All right.
Join Loki tonight, and that's all I have.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can't wait for tonight. Can't wait to see you, Dave Bob, there tonight. Guys, until then, until we do the Late Show, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you guys on the next Mornings of Mischief. Take care, everybody.
Bye for now, folks.
Bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.